In this episode of The Maverick, I continue my guided adventure as I shake off my near miss of a mule deer that jumped my string and set my sights on a Montana elk. For over a decade, I have taken you on the hunt. We have traveled to the ends of the earth and faced beasts beyond imagination. We have taken some epic adventures.
Unbelievable! Yes! Awesome!
Now that I have a family of my own, I realize how important my legacy, our legacy, will be to leave behind. The spirit to do more, be more, give more against all odds or popular demand. That's the spirit of a Maverick. So join me every week as we learn a Maverick story. Help fulfill their dream hunt. And make this world a little better for all. And together, let's create a legacy for generations to come. Last week, Clint Crawley and I had an awesome time hunting mule deer on his family ranch in Montana's Bear Paw Mountains. I was definitely more than a little disappointed with my swing and a miss on a muley, and Clint was not going to let me forget about it. So I am back this week to redeem myself and get after another mule deer, but this time, there is no chance of letting this tag go unfilled.
Last week or earlier this week. Hopefully this week.
Missed.
We'll be packing one out.
Yeah, keeps rubbing it in. Missed.
Well, it so rarely happens. I gotta
get it when you can.
Get my licks in while I can.
That's it. I'm running you up this hill.
Getting a deer or elk tag in Montana as a non-resident hunter is a lesson in patience that also requires a bit of luck and additional investment. Purchasing preference points within the draw system is one of the few ways to have an opportunity to plan a guided hunting trip 2 years in advance with any kind of certainty. Yeah, about 8 years ago when Clint and I started hunting, I called him Crazy Eyes, and I guess it's duck. He just found the buck that we were actually trying to kill the first day with the coyotes, and I don't see any coyotes over there. You?
I don't either. It just seems like a long ways to get to him, but
Yeah,
it's worth a shot. We'll see.
yeah, we got a good wind. He's in a neat area. Let's go see what we can do.
So we have does right here in front of us where we want to go to try to intercept that buck, and we're just afraid we're going to bump them out of there.
So Clint Crawley is a Maverick. He is one of those guides, as I've traveled around the world, that you look for and you find and you stay with him. And you keep coming back because you know that he's one of the few people that really have your best interest in mind, that's going to work harder than anyone else to have you go home with success. And success isn't always about a harvest, but it's about an experience that you've given it everything you got. And we all know as archers, it doesn't always work out, but as you have encounter after encounter, there's bound to be some good things that happen.
He got up, and then he bolted. Great job getting us on him, though. That wind was freaking
I know, I can see it just moving you.
Yeah, it was moving me. I drew, and then freaking gust came again.
Yeah.
And I was trying to fight that gust, but I'm like at that distance. So I had to wait until that wind stopped, and then he moved up to there.
Yeah.
And that was my best opportunity. A little too far.
Yeah.
Between the random gusts of wind and the disadvantage of position, this shot just wasn't meant to be. Confidence comes with years of experience, knowing what you want and how to go after it, having the right tools for the right moment. With ArmsCore ammo, confidence comes in many calibers. Get your ArmsCore ammo today, in stores or online at ammoandmorestore.com.
At the Harteis Ranch, it's not about the hunt, it's about the experience. We want this ranch to be your home away from home. With first-class accommodations, private rooms, baths, and balconies, to recreational rooms and activities. This is a hunter's paradise.
Here we are for another day, and I have a feeling this is going to be epic. We are spotting deer all over.
Yeah, that smoke was crazy. Unreal. So California smoke.
Well, if it was California smoke, we'd all be high.
That's a good point. The only red we have is red eyes from dealing with the smoke, as you can see. But good thing is, Glenn and I, we've been able to build quite a relationship up here tonight.
Slip around, dropping them aspens. Come up behind him.
Might be able to do it.
Yeah. The wind's kind of dying down enough. I think we're really slow enough.
We are heading with the wind in our face so we can get a better advantage.
So by the time we circled around and got the wind right and met back up with Josh, who was filming this whole scene, we peeked up over the ledge and all those bucks were down there at about 85 yards. I figured if I could crawl to this one rock, then I would get a really good ethical shot at about 75, and I felt really good about that. So as I crawled there, about 10 yards of crawling, I peek up over that rock and find that those bucks were gone. They just vanished. And I second guessed myself because I know I could have made a great shot where we were, but I was just trying to close the distance a little more. And that ended up being the end of our hunt. I realized no matter if I brought that deer home or not, it was a special week. There was great adventure with great people and great food. His family, very special people. The lodge, absolutely beautiful. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't have traded it for anything and wouldn't have changed it at all.
The Maverick is sponsored by Baku Bikes, built by sportsmen for sportsmen. FX Air Guns, engineered precision. Shadow Hunter Blinds, professional grade hunting blinds. You already know that Big R has almost everything you need for your home, garden, and the great outdoors. Now Big R and the Maverick are coming together to offer you a chance to win a hunt of a lifetime in 2022. Register for our Bison Hunt giveaway with the Maverick below. Visit us online for details and official rules. Some restrictions apply. While I'm staying a few more days in the Bear Paw Mountains of Montana, I am going to meet up with another Maverick I know, Chris Faber of Montana Outfitting Company. The Faber family has a 4-generation run ranch that between own and lease spans over 300,000 private acres. The property is also adjacent to some of the very hard to access public lands near the Missouri Breaks National Monument.
So here we are in the Missouri River Breaks, and it is incredibly remote, desert type atmosphere, cactus and all, and sagebrush. And all of a sudden, it seems like the earth just drops off into canyons of pines. I thought, wow, this is some of the most unique terrain to be able to hunt elk. And I knew they were there, but didn't realize there was that many there.
You know, these Missouri Breaks come off of, the south side of the Bear Paws. They kind of roll down in the Missouri River country, but it's just country that you've got some timbered canyons, and then you've got that really rugged breaks country that is just, it's bentonite and it's a lot of different crazy stuff. Rough country. It's incredible to try to hike through. So, it's just very unique country, very unique country.
So the first evening we got to camp and had time to just do a little bit of spotting.
The Faber brothers are Mavericks and talented and experienced guides. They have been hunting since they were kids, and they are exactly who I want next to me as I'm trying to fill this tag.
My history of hunting and growing up in Montana, we were outdoorsmen from day one. My father took us fishing at least once a week. When we were of age to go big game hunting, he took every one of us that wanted the opportunity to go hunting. And so I grew up with that background, and it's kind of what led me to be a guide.
We got a once-in-a-lifetime tag, and I am so ecstatic to be down here chasing big bulls. We just saw one that I think was quite a dandy. I would guess him at 370s for sure, but several other bulls, a lot of young bulls. I got the best guys in the business teaching me how to get her done, and this is pre-scouting. It all starts tomorrow.
So Steve was going to be our guide that week, and I know he is one of those guys that will go above and beyond. He's very competitive, so if he knows he's taking us out, he wants us to have success. Great guy, really good personality, someone that's willing to go the extra mile. So the next morning was fun. We saw some bulls, nothing spectacular, but the terrain really was. It was neat to be able to kind of see the breaks and see how the topography fell, and it was like nothing else I've ever seen.
So what a great opener here for us. Seen about a dozen bulls this morning. No giants yet, but they're still moving around. Sun just broke over the mountains. Seen a lot of activity. It's a great area. We're just looking for a muy grande.
This part of Montana and these Missouri Breaks are so remote. It's untouched country. A lot of people haven't stepped foot on some of this ground, and it's so vast. It's got its own character. It's scary, but it's beautiful. And it's great habitat for all the wildlife we have here.
The Missouri Breaks are an area of badlands in Montana, characterized by steep bluffs and grassy plains, and are named the Breaks by the locals because of how the land appears to break away from the river.
Yeah, my history, I did a lot of things in my life, and never really mastered anything except to be a hunting guide. But I spent a lot of years in the working class sector, made a lot of money, and it just wasn't me, So I took back, to my roots and this ranching, and my father had started this outfitting business, and I guided under him, and it led me to guide under my brother, and that's kind of where we're at today. Yeah, it's my passion. You know, I grew up doing this, and I just want to carry on the tradition that's kind of dying, and raise my grandkids the same way.
The Maverick is sponsored by Big R. Almost anything, Big R's got it. SKB Cases, producing the best transport cases in the world since 1977. The Maverick is also brought to you by these fine sponsors. At Stonewall Antler Company, we are inspired by the beautiful sheds left behind in the valley, which we collect and craft into handmade homewares. From healthy dog chews to beautiful custom treasures, the Stonewall Antler Company is something for everybody. StonewallAntlerCompany.com. Tired of not finding the ammo you need at the sporting goods store? Ammo and More has it online, and we can ship it right to your door. Your search is over at ammoandmorestore.com. After the extreme desert heat of yesterday, it is a relief to start day 3 with a cool morning breeze.
So this next morning was great. We spotted these 2 bulls I'd say were 350 bulls, and they were a couple miles away. We knew as they went around that knob that we could take the buggy and kind of beeline it to one of these patches of woods in hopes that they would come follow us in there.
You know, Freddy's just, God, he's an upbeat guy. You know, he's always positive about everything, and comes prepared to hunt, and he's not afraid, you know, to, God, if we got to go 10 miles to get after a specific animal, it's just incredible about his enthusiasm and his go that he has.
As we got in there, it was pretty neat because as we set up our glass and looked down for them, it didn't take us but a couple minutes, and we realized there they were, coming right toward us about 1,000 yards away, which seemed like to be about an hour of watching them just mosey on and work their way to us. Once they hit that tree line, it was like they were on a string. These 2 bulls come in one after another right to us. I realized in hunting elk pretty much my whole life, when you get a great opportunity, you better take it. Even though we're in one of the best areas in Montana to hunt, it's very difficult to pass on a 350 class bull. So as that big bull come in broadside quartering toward me, I just waited patiently on my knees and my bow right in front of me and ranged a couple more times and knew once he passed me, that was gonna be my opportunity. The bull was coming in and going broadside. I drew my bow and popped up, and as I did, the bull turned to look and I let him have it.
Drilled him.
The bull had pegged us, I was at full draw. I made a great shot on him.
Drilled him.
He didn't go very far at all, a couple hundred yards down the hill, and just, you could tell he was going down.
We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Oh my gosh. That was awesome. That was awesome. Wow. Awesome animal. Awesome hunt. Opportunity. That's where opportunity and preparedness. Beautiful. Awesome.
I've been looking forward to this tag for 10 years. We drew it here in the Bear Paw Mountains, here with the Faber brothers, Montana Outfitting Company, and this is our 3rd day. We had a heck of a hunt from the heat to the wind today, but the wind was actually in our favor. A great representation, a great bull. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all your efforts, buddy.
So I'm really proud of this bull. It's an awesome animal. You really can't pass on a 350 class bull no matter where you're hunting. I realize that, you know, with a bow, everything is a trophy, and I couldn't be more blessed.
soaring above the breathtaking Stonewall Valley, reveals a hidden treasure. Close to comfort, yet on the edge of where the wild things roam. Here, you'll find the Harteis Ranch, nestled between the Spanish Peaks and the Sangre de Cristo mountain range in southern Colorado. An experience unparalleled awaits you. From professional archery instruction and firearms training, enjoy epic simulated battles that are virtually boundless, or explore the majestic, dense forests for the remnants of the enormous creatures that call it home. Our beautiful lodge is just minutes from Monument Lake, where you can cast your line into the pristine, placid waters as they reflect all the reasons you need to be here in this moment in time. Come join us for an unforgettable encounter. To world-class wildlife observation excursions that are as intimate as they are inspiring. For an extraordinary escape, to relax and reconnect with nature, to reawaken your senses. For Western hospitality graciously served in the most extraordinary setting. Come experience God's country.